Hi everybody, it's Sharon with simplycanning.com, and I'm actually here today working with my kombucha, and so I've had some questions about that, and I thought I would like to share. I got some new stuff here. Hang on, I want to put this in the comments. I got some new bottles, and it's really kind of helped my kombucha. I've made kombucha for a while now, kind of off and on, and I just use a gallon jar to make the kombucha. Kombucha is a fermented tea, if you're not familiar with what it is. And you make it in the gallon jar, you let it ferment for about 2 weeks, depending on your taste. You can go more or less. And then you bottle it up, and it's a really good probiotic for your health. And so that's like a really fast, easy lowdown on kombucha. Now I will confess, I actually just did a whole video on my kombucha and how I change jars and how I process it all. And you know what I did? I forgot to turn my microphone on. So the whole video is out the door. And but I just wanted to go ahead and share. And then I realized, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and share Traditional Cooking School with you also. She is, Traditional Cooking School is done by Wardy, and she is amazing. She's got all kinds of traditional cooking stuff going on her it's actually a membership site, but she's got a ton of free information there too. And I put a link in the comments. She actually has a free ebook all about kombucha and how to make it and troubleshooting and all kinds of stuff like that. So I am an affiliate of Wardy, so I'll disclose that up front. But she really does have a lot of great information, and the free ebook is available, and you just download it, and it's got all kinds of information in there. So so rather than trying to redo my video, I'm just going to go ahead and share about these bottles that I got. These bottles have improved my kombucha making a lot. You can make a kombucha and do your second ferment in just a canning jar with a canning lid. You want to screw things down really tight, because if you do that second ferment right, you get lots of bubblies in your kombucha. And it's almost like drinking soda, but it's healthy. It's not soda. So I've been wanting to try these Easy Cap Lids jars, and I don't know if there's other brand names out there. But what you do is you bottle your kombucha in these jars, and these lids are so tight that they hold in the bubblies that you get. I don't know that's kind of a weird word, bubblies, but the bubblies that you get in your kombucha, and it really has helped. So I wanted to share that. I have the jars actually come in 3 colors. They come in the amber, and they have clear, and then they have blue. And they also come in big and little sizes. Now, these big ones are really big. Like if you're wanting to just carry a bottle around and drink out of it, this is a pretty big size bottle. So I kind of prefer the small ones, but it just depends on your purposes, what you're needing it for. And I like the idea of having the different colors, because this bottle is mine and this bottle is my son's. And so we can go and sip on our own kombucha and not have to worry about whose is whose. It's kind of an identity thing, but you can use whatever color you want. They're all the same. The jars actually will come, or the bottles actually will come separately. There's a bottle, and then there's a lid. This is the spring lid. I'm not even sure what it's called. But I'm going to show you how easy it is to put together. There's some little divots here in the glass. You put the bottle cap on just like this. It's kind of tight, but it snaps right on there. You want that curve going up. Then what happens is you can pop the lid down like so. And it's actually kind of tight. It takes a bit of pressure, especially the first time or two. Oh gosh, now I'm not going to be able to do it. There it goes. So that shows just how tight those are. And that's why the fermenting and that seltzer bubbly stuff works so well for the kombucha. Our personal preference is, we really like a blueberry kombucha. So you can see that I've added some blueberries. Well, I don't know if you can see that. To my second ferment. And you can make kombucha in all different kinds of flavors. You can make, we've tried peach. You can make cranberry. You can do basically whatever kind of fruit you want. And you can do like I do and actually put the fruit in there, or you can just do it with a little bit of juice. There's all kinds of directions out there. Kombucha is one of those things that you can kind of play with it and adapt and make it according to your flavor. But like I said, that Traditional Cooking School, I put the link in the comments there. They've got lots of great information. And then these bottles come from Fillmore container, and they did send them to me to review. I really like them. I may end up getting some more of these smaller bottles. But anyway, that's an improvement in my kombucha making. Oh, I wanted to point out also, Fillmore has some of these smaller bottles, and I don't think that they would work really well for the kombucha because the lids are a little plastic lid and they're not going to be real tight like these bottles are. However, I got them and I thought, you know what, that would be perfect for I make vanilla, and I could use this to make my vanilla. You could, if you make your own ketchup and things like that, you could use these containers for your fridge. You can't can in them because they don't have a canning lid or anything like that. But Patrick told me carbonation. Thank you. I lost the word in my head. So carbonation is the word. Anyway, feel free to correct me. But these bottles I think would be really good for like homemade condiments, any kind of, like I said, like I make vanilla and things like that. So let me look in the comments here and see if we had any questions. Oh, Nadine is here from Treasure again. Thank you, Nadine. She complimented me on my kitchen. Actually, what does my kitchen look like? It's not messy, is it? So I'm just curious, are there any other people out here who do drink kombucha? Linda, you don't drink kombucha? Oh, it's good stuff. You should try it. If you let it ferment for too long, it does get kind of vinegary. I have found that I have to stop that ferment a little bit sooner for my husband. He likes it a little bit sweeter. I like it a little bit more fermented. So thank you, Patrick. The bottle company is Fillmore Container, and I will go ahead and throw a link in here if I can do it. Fillmore Container. Did it work? Yes. Okay. I put a link to Fillmore Container, who has these bottles, and in the comments there. Sherry says she drinks it, but she's always purchased it. You can purchase kombucha at the store. Of course, I always like doing things myself and doing things homemade. And I actually have a grown son who moved out of the house, and he used to drink my kombucha when he was home. And he pointed out to me, of course, he doesn't want to take the time to actually make the kombucha. He pointed out to me that my home kombucha is better than what you purchase at the store. I've never drank store-bought kombucha, so I can't confirm that. But my 22-year-old now says that. And so probably one of these big bottles is going to go to him. So anyway, I don't see any more questions here. One a day, my health drink. True. If you haven't drank kombucha before, start out slow, because I've heard that it will clean out your system, and if you drink a great big bottle of it all at once at first, it can actually make you feel a little sick. So just drink, maybe a quarter cup, something like that. I've even heard a couple tablespoons to start out. I don't know. Check out Traditional Cooking School. She's got a lot more information on that. But start out slow, and then you can work up to where you can drink more each day. She makes, I make kombucha, but it never got carbonation. I did too when I was just using canning jars, and these have improved the carbonation quite a bit for me. So. Catherine, how is it made? I've never heard of it. Kombucha is basically, I'm going to say, I'm going to give you like a real brief rundown, because I put a link in the comments. Look for it, to Traditional Cooking School. There's a free ebook there, and it's got all kinds of kombucha information, troubleshooting, step-by-step how to do it. But basically, it's a fermented tea. I do mine in a gallon jar, and there's what they call a SCOBY that you put in your tea, and it ferments it. You let it rest for about 2 weeks or so is usually good for us. It depends on what kind of flavor you want. If you want it stronger, you would leave it for longer. If you want it more sweet, then you leave it for less. And what happens is you put a sweetened tea in here, and that SCOBY eats up all that sugar out of your tea, and it ferments it. And then it makes it really a good probiotic for your gut to clean things up. So, Sherry, yes, there are instructions. I put a link in the comments, and I'll come back after I'm done here and link you guys to that again. So I think that is it. Kombucha, Fillmore Container has these really cool bottles. My son thinks it's fun to drink out of these bottles too. So give it a try, and you guys have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you later.